Recording? Okay. Alright, so just finished the Raw house show at Allstate Arena, which is headlined, of course, by Brock Lesnar taking on Randy Orton. So beginning with the 3-on-3 Divas match, Sasha, Bayley, and Alicia Fox. Sasha, ridiculous over with the live crowd, as was Bayley. Bayley actually had the wacky, waving, arm flailing inflatable tube man. I probably butchered that, but Byron does a better job at that than I do. Crowd was not a fan of Alicia Fox. I guess they're still trying to use the fact that she's a face for some reason, but Crazy Alicia is still a very good variation of Alicia. So of course, since there was a 3-on-3, it means you know it was Charlotte, Dana, and Nia Jax. But it gets one better. They also had a special guest referee. So Emma's allowed to do refereeing work. She's cleared for in-ring, but they don't have a spot for her yet. And they're still deciding if they want to put her on Raw or on SmackDown. This match was a fantastic opening contest. Everyone got to get in their moves. Crowd was white hot for both Sasha and Bayley. Great back and forth. Really good healing. Dana talking smack the majority of the match. Nia Jax, large and impressive. And of course, when you see the heel team, you kind of know who's going to take the pinfall. Dana was going for a finisher. I guess it's, well, a Michinoku driver kind of, but first went from a fireman's carry, so not quite a Metal League driver, but close to it. Gets reversed into a bank statement because, you know, it's a house show, you got to feel good. So you'd have the faces win. And Sin Cara comes down. Okay. To be destroyed by Braun Strowman. He's a mountain with legs. Giant guy. Again, he did not actually fall on his back. He has not actually taken a true bump. Most things just kind of knocked him around. But he does a good job playing to the crowd. And I can tell he's lost some weight, but he's still a massive individual. Gets the victory. Nice, impressive, dominant. Good job. Crowd was really good for Sin Cara. Lots of lucha. Lucha chance with the fingers. Solid. Now we get to the golden truth. When people ask why they're still both employed, they had the crowd eating out of the palm of their hands for their 6-person tag match. There to put Darren Young. Not a big crowd reaction for Darren Young. Good reaction for Bob Backlund, but not a good crowd reaction for Darren Young. Taking on the team of Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and ridiculously good pop, Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil did get in some good healing. Actually, when he went to do his hurrah, he actually did it and then stopped. So he didn't actually let the crowd jump in. It's good. Again, of course, it's a decent amount of back and forth. Lots of good use of the hot tag. Finish ended up being, we haven't seen a lie detector. I think it was on, did Bo Dallas eat the pinfall? Hunter Curtis Axel. Did Bo Dallas or Curtis Axel eat the pin in the 6-person?
I think Bo Dallas did.
It ended up being Bo Dallas. It was probably one of the weaker matches on the card because you had a tag team and a singles wrestler against a former tag team and a singles wrestler. But solid match. Cesaro, Sheamus. Again, these two guys work together really well. Nice back and forth. The problem, of course, is we've seen them wrestle 6 times already. Well, 5 times on TV, a 6th time if you were at the O2 Arena. And they've been in house shows, virtually nonstop. But crowd loves Cesaro. Lots of nice, good back and forth. Finish ended up being going from the cloverleaf, reverse out of a cloverleaf with the swing, then back from the swing into a sharpshooter. Sheamus taps out. Great. And I'm thinking, okay, this is our intermission time. I can stand up for a little bit, stretch my knees. If you've been in Allstate, you know the seats are small. And then all of a sudden it kind of goes dark, and I was like, all right, fine. And then an unmistakable guitar riff hits. That's Lesnar. Massive, massive individual. Crowd just explodes for him. Heyman comes down, cuts a really nice promo. This match isn't a regular match. It is a Suplex City death match. That means no countouts, no disqualifications, no ref stop, no stop for blood. Orton's music hits. I was looking at the little entrance ramp, and the crowd's just going nuts because Orton is coming through the crowd with a steel chair to start beating on Lesnar. Lesnar gets up for an F5, reversal, RKO onto a steel chair. No pinfall. Well, 1, 2, kick out. And it was like, oh. And then it was Orton with a steel chair pounding on Lesnar. Lesnar gets some offense in. Orton going back to the steel chair, pounding on Lesnar. This match was vastly superior to their SummerSlam match. Another RKO from Orton. 1, 2, kick out. Out of nowhere, F5, 1, 2, 3. Lesnar goes back into the ring with the steel chair, drops the chair, and just suplex Randy a couple of times. Good, great, go to our intermission. That was phenomenal opening half. Time for our second half. We begin with Epico coming down talking about, Chicago's so cold. Wouldn't you rather go to Puerto Rico, the shining star of the Caribbean? And I was like, okay, shining stars. It ends up big cast. Mark Henry kills Epico in that ring. Nice squash match. You can tell his body's starting to break down on him. Still did a great job. Beat down the young guy. Crowd's happy for it. Good match. Now we got our 3 title matches. So we have a triple threat for the tag belts. The New Day come down. Crowd goes nuts. They're defending against the only 2 remaining tag teams. Enzo and Big Cass. Enzo's music hits, and my wife marks out amazingly. She's a huge Enzo and Big Cass fan. She was really excited. It was fantastic. I wish I could have recorded that and I would have put that on YouTube. Crowd knows Enzo and Cass's shtick. They start getting into it, get cut off by the club. And then before the club gets in the ring, New Day says, wait, because we didn't get to finish our shtick. New Day does a little bit more of their part, and he goes, but you guys won't win. Because you are. Toss over to Enzo and Big Cass. SAWFT soft. Here we go. The nice thing about triple threat matches is it actually forces the New Day to be in the ring a lot. But really didn't see Enzo and Big Cass take on the New Day. You can tell they're saving that. So a lot of it was the club versus New Day. This time, of course, it was Xavier and Kofi instead of Big E and Kofi. But they actually did hit a finish that actually seemed like we were going to see new tag teams. Good, you don't get the house show, but it was, you saw Enzo on top of Anderson, 1, 2, ref gets pulled out of the ring by Gallows. All starts breaking up, everyone hitting their finishers. Now the finisher for Kofi and Xavier, as Kofi hits a backbreaker, and then Xavier hits a double stomp off the top. And they get the victory. 1, 2, 3 on the club. Good job. Crowd's happy. We then get into Rusev versus Roman Reigns, who just gets booed out of the building. He gets a base boo. So women and children love Roman Reigns. A kid 2 rows in front of us is constantly putting a sign up, which had the people behind my wife and I who had been drinking since the start of the show and were complaining that they stopped serving alcohol after intermission. Yelled at the kid to put his sign down, with normally more words thrown in there. This match was all Rusev pounding down Roman Reigns. Roman makes babyface comeback. Crowd boos. They tried the Chicago spot. That is back from WrestleMania, where it's The face throws a punch, crowd goes yay. Heel throws a punch, crowd goes boo. It was the reverse, so the crowd was doing yay whenever Roman got hit by Rusev. So we saw a lot of really good accolade usage. Rusev with a lot of the good stiff kicks to the head. Lana tries to get involved. Of course, she gets ejected to the elation of the crowd. Rusev has a ring bell. Hits Roman with the ring bell. So Roman Reigns wins by DQ. Of course, they ring the ring bell, even though Rusev is holding it. So this goes back to, do they have 2 ring bells? Because if someone is holding the ring bell, technically the match couldn't end afterwards with the bell ring. Unless someone were to actually hand the small hammer to Rusev and ring it himself. I think Rusev then ends up eating a spear, because it's a house show, crowds to go home, man. And now people are leaving. Because, a lot of those fans have passed their bedtime. So, great reaction for Rollins, and Zayn, and Kevin Owens. So it's our triple threat for the Universal title. If you've seen a Kevin Owens triple threat match with him as champion, he's not going to spend a lot of time in the ring in the beginning. He wants the 2 faces to duke it out for a little bit. And then all of a sudden the match is just pure Kevin Owens, doing all of his best heel work. It's just fantastic. So of course, Seth Rollins is trying for a pedigree on anybody he can get a pedigree on. You're trying to see haluva kicks on anybody in a corner. Great back and forth. Whether it was, I'll go for the senton, i.e. knees, you do a frog splash onto Sami Zayn. Brilliant back and forth. These 3 guys could wrestle at every pay-per-view, and it'd be a phenomenal match. So of course, finish ends up seeing a haluva kick to Rollins in the corner. Sami Zayn eats the Papa Powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. Owens retains. Actually, I left out a match. Jericho comes down to the ring. This is probably about the first half. And he has this list. Cuts a promo about how much this town sucks. Which is great. And how we're all going to be on the list. And then he takes on Neville. Neville steals Jericho's scarf. And there's some Roman modeling with it. And it's great. This is the beauty of a house show. Is you're there for about 3 hours and 15 minutes, give or take. With a 20-minute intermission. Beyond that, it's all in ring work. All in ring work. So it allows people to do a longer match, to get a little more personality into it. And seeing Neville walk around with Jericho's scarf, just stopping and kind of striking a pose, a little bit of like blue steel every now and then. And these 2 guys, great match. Did not see a red arrow. Every time I went for the red arrow, Jericho stuffed him. Finish ends up being a springboard into a flying code breaker. Looked beautiful. I can say if they say totally worth the money. When it comes, they're going to be back in December for a double of Raw and SmackDown. This was my first E-event in about 7 years. It was actually really great to go to a house show because it's all in ring. It didn't feel like it was 3 hours. There was no long-winded promos, no commercial breaks. Even the intermission was fine. And no one booed Byron Saxton. So, if you get a chance to go to a house show, I definitely recommend it.